Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping right into a huge financial shift, one that's happening right now. We're talking about a future where you could have way more control over your money than ever before.
I mean, really, just stop and think about that for a second. What if you didn't need a bank at all to save, to send, or to grow your wealth? That's the big question we're digging into, because, that future? It's a lot closer than you might think.
And look, this isn't just some small update. This is a genuinely historic moment. For maybe the first time ever, we as individuals can truly control our own wealth. And that unlocks opportunities bigger than anything the world has ever seen. We're talking about a fundamental change in the very rules of money. Okay, so to really get where we're going, we first have to understand where we've been. Why is this traditional system, the one that's been around for hundreds of years, finally getting its first real challenge?
For our entire lives and our parents' lives, banks have been the middlemen, right? They're the gatekeepers who control how our money moves. But new technology is basically paving a new direct highway, cutting them out, and putting that financial power right back into our hands.
And the difference here is just, wow, it's night and day. We're going from the old way, centralized, slow, sometimes taking days, loaded with fees and with all kinds of barriers, to this brand new era. It's all about you being in control, transactions happening in seconds, not days, with super low fees, and it's open to literally anyone with an internet connection. It's a massive, massive leap forward.
All right, so what is this new money actually made of? Well, the term digital money isn't just one thing. It covers a few different key ideas, and it's really important to know what they are and what they do.
So first up, we have cryptocurrency. What makes it so revolutionary is that it's not secured by a bank or a government. It's secured by math, by something called cryptography. That's the secret sauce that allows two people anywhere in the world to send value directly to each other without needing anyone's permission. The middleman is just gone.
Now, let's be honest. We've all seen the headlines about crypto prices going up and down. That's where stablecoins come in. They are a genius idea. By pegging their value to something stable that we already know, like the US dollar, they become super useful for everyday things like payments or savings, but without those wild price swings.
This table breaks it all down beautifully. So you've got your cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which people often use as an investment. Then you've got your stablecoins like USDC, which are built for payments. And then you have tokens, which can be almost anything. They can represent ownership in a piece of art or even give you voting rights in a project. Each one has its own special job in this new digital economy.
So the big question is, how does any of this work securely if there's no bank in the middle checking everything? Well, the answer is an incredible piece of tech called the blockchain. It basically solves the age-old problem of trust between people.
Honestly, this is the easiest way to picture it. It's like a shared notebook or a ledger, and since everybody on the network has a copy, and because it's sealed with that powerful cryptography we talked about, it's completely transparent and basically impossible to cheat. The trust is just built right into the code. Let's just walk through it real quick. So, you start a transaction. It gets broadcast out to this global network of thousands of computers. All of them work together to make sure it's legit, and once they all agree, bam, it gets locked into the chain as a new block. Forever. It is an incredibly secure system. Okay, so now that we have this amazing foundation, the blockchain, we can start building a whole new financial system on top of it, one that doesn't need the old gatekeepers. This amazing new world is called decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. And this is where it gets really, really cool. DeFi unlocks ways to grow your money that, until now, were pretty much only available to banks and the super rich. You can earn interest by lending out your assets, often at rates you'd never see in a bank. You can get rewarded for helping keep the network secure through something called staking. The list just goes on. But, and this is a big but, with all this new opportunity comes new responsibility. You have to be aware of the risks. This tech is still very new, which means bugs in the code can happen, and that could lead to losses. The markets can be super volatile. In this new world, being careful and doing your homework are your most important tools. Okay, so all of this sounds pretty powerful, right? But the next logical question is, how do I actually get started? Well, this next part is all about taking those first practical and, most importantly, safe steps into this new financial world. So your very first move is getting a digital wallet. Think of it like a bank account, but one that you control completely. The main choice you have is between a hot wallet, which is online and super convenient for everyday use, and a cold wallet, which is kept completely offline for maximum security. A lot of people actually use both, kind of like a checking account and a savings vault.
Now listen up, because this is the single most important thing to understand. When you are your own bank, you are also your own head of security. The system gives you something called a private key. Think of it as the one and only master key to your financial vault. You must never, ever, under any circumstances, share it with anyone. Follow these security steps like your life depends on it, because in this world, there is no forgot my password button. There's no one to call if you mess up.
We have covered so much today, from the end of banking as we know it to the tools you need to build your own digital wealth. But this is about more than just technology. It's about empowerment. So the real question isn't just about what's being built out there. It's about you. With this new level of control, what will you build for yourself? The possibilities are really just getting started.